Welcome back to the North Lab Podcast. I'm your man's Melz.
Cliff!
You don't know, say it's Ryan Wappen.
Yo, we're getting sick with that. Yeah, we're getting nice with
the execution
that.
is great.
The
execution is great.
Execution.
Now today is a heavy day.
It is.
I'm gonna let my boy Ryan explain why it's a heavy day.
Why I always gotta come to me with all these hard hitting moments?
You carry the point on in a way that I
carry the point all the time.
You do.
I don't even
Plus,
know
you have the most wisdom out of all of us at this table. Right?
Plus, I feel like I talk too much on this podcast. I just want to.
You have the most wisdom at all.
I don't know about all of that, yo. I swear, like, y'all used to read your Bibles. I don't know what happened. I swear.
Mom, don't watch this podcast.
Why is this man around Job's table? Was the young buck, but like.
All the Philistines out there.
Wow, you went all the way from Old Testament to New. All right.
See, that's all right. I'm about
that. At least you know Philistine.
Yeah.
All right.
And don't ask anymore.
You know, I feel a way. Wait, before you even get into this, I feel a way, because when we went to the thing last night, this woman looking at us and calling us whores.
Yeah.
Because we're just like
Because we're shining.
Because we're shining. Like, what
we
is
were on our Black Boy Joy shit.
We're on our Black Boy Joy.
The business thing, right?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was
nice.
I saw you did the duck lips on
This guy is different, eh?
I was like,
he may have the most wisdom, but he's also the biggest clown as well. I don't know how he balances the two. It's actually quite astounding.
It's great, but you have to make your own joy.
You have to make your own Black Boy Joy.
Ooh.
Nah. But
I like that.
No, yeah, she was coming for us still. Huh? She was coming for us.
Oh, well, I'm really trying to, because with all of the nonsense, and then today, what's her name? I just saw that the I'm not gonna say any insults about this woman. Everybody else can say whatever you want to say about this individual right now. She's pregnant and whatever. Candace,
Owens.
She's pregnant.
Yeah, she's pregnant.
I don't.
Let's not just go because the thing is, she decided that she wanted to open.
God
her
bless
mouth.
Candace.
She decided that she wanted to open her mouth and say the words that Breonna was helping her boyfriend move drugs.
I didn't.
Now I don't.
I'm so happy this isn't on my feed.
I don't know.
I'm so happy.
I don't know the facts behind this. I don't know the truth, but all I'm looking at in terms of like how things usually go in transition,
right?
Like September is coming to an end, right?
Very true. Fall season.
October's coming around, and after October is election time, right?
Facts.
So right now, I'm looking at this whole situation being set up as one big circus for the setup of distraction after distraction after distraction to be able to get people sidetracked, and then Trump is going to come in on some savior bullshit and try and convince as many people. Yeah,
I mean that's what he's the best at. He's the best at getting people on his accord.
He's
like
the
look at
best marketer ever.
And that's what I was saying. Like people are like, oh, he had $1 million business and all this sort of stuff. He still made a lot of money. Like, $1 million loan isn't the same thing that it was a year ago. And I'm not about singing Donald Trump's praising, but what I am about is talking critically about what someone's pros or
let's wait on inflation, because $1 million back then was $10 million today.
But that's what I'm saying. He had that and still made M's on top of that. We're talking about we're not talking about little 5% returns. We're talking about like big amounts of money on top of that, hundreds of millions of dollars. Multiple estates and like multiple different, like regardless of how we can talk about the debt, credit, whatever.
Right.
He knows what he's doing when it comes to getting people to believe in what he has.
Are we doing like are we doing like evil master? Have we segued into evil mastermind scorecards right now?
What is that?
Like when Bill Burr was doing his bit about like Hitler and like all the things that he did versus Stalin and
we're talking about Donald Trump, so yeah.
Who else is on the
he's up there.
People are throwing, who's the next guy? Bill Gates. People throwing in there right now. He's killing the kids with vaccines.
I wouldn't put Bill Gates on that. On the Hitler. I don't know.
It depends on what conspiracy channel you're watching, bro.
Because he's behind the scenes with it. I'm talking about because if we're going behind the scenes with it, we don't know half of the mans that are really pulling.
Not even
strings.
close.
Like if we're going on the Hitler, because Hitler, Stalin, Genghis Khan. Those are historically.
Genghis Khan was the guy. Like, honestly, me personally,
all right, we're not about to get into this. We're going to talk about.
Well, no. In terms of history, no, you brought up the topic. I'm going to say what I got to say. Genghis Khan did in 25 years what took the Romans 300, my guy.
Breonna Taylor.
Breonna Taylor.
Yeah.
So you shut it down just like that. Bring it right back. All right.
Because black women is a very important thing.
Yes,
we shouldn't siphon it for no reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
These past couple of months have already been low, and I wasn't surprised when I saw it, and I feel very like sad to say that, but
I wasn't either.
Like, I didn't even really look into.
You feel sad to say that?
That I wasn't surprised?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted justice to be served.
Oh, that's what you mean when you say that.
Yeah, what else can I mean?
Okay. I thought you meant
I
thought you meant in terms of like the emotion of sad, like you were sad that you that
I was actually like
that emotion was there. Like for me, I am completely numb to it. I'm not expecting any kind of justice because I know the plot. Like for a while, I was looking at it. I'm like, okay, the amount of times a little white girl goes missing. Or something happens to somebody that's
of a different ethnicity.
white or a different ethnicity in America.
That isn't like immigrant, like
that exactly born there, all that wonderful stuff, right? Like you see a quicker response with any kind of justice, any kind of reform that needs to happen, all of that. With black people, men and women, you see it over and over and over in the news, and it's just recently. So, all right, all this time when people have been breaking into stores and burning down these black businesses, how many times have I been saying, yeah, okay, there's a bunch of white people that are doing that under the guise or under the banner of Black Lives Matter, right? It's just recently now, one of the guys that's like, Black Lives Matter is evil. Don't you see what they're doing? And he's very pro-Trump. Came to me and he was saying, I just realized that a lot of these riots that are happening, these white people are the ones that are burning down these black businesses. I'm like, okay. That's
what the Donald Trump supporter was saying?
Yeah.
He just
cued into that. But I'm thinking, okay, if he's just queuing into this, how many other people? Right?
That might be a good sign.
But that's the thing, though. Just because he realizes that doesn't change anything. He's still pushing his rhetoric.
Yeah.
With that being said, somebody's so blind to that.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting people to have eyes for everything else. Like, how many times can you see a person get murdered? How many times can you see a family destroyed? And
come up with an excuse.
And come up with an excuse. So
and it's not even like we're talking about, not to interrupt you, Big Man, but it's not even like we're talking about shit that was taken out of the reports, man. Like, they were saying when she came in, that they said they took it off as it wasn't forced entry. Like, they took it off. And then they said there was no injuries. Bro, someone died.
They said there was
no injuries.
Yeah.
No bullet. So shots were rang shots rang and pierced through someone's skin and no one's injured.
Yeah. Apparently.
Apparently
that's not how death works.
That's not how death, okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm not a police officer. I'm not a ballistics reporter. I'm not a forensic scientist or anything, but something tells me if someone's shot and someone ends up dying from those wounds, that there might have been an injury occurring prior to those wounds.
All right.
I could be wrong, though.
Or prior to the death.
Someone please acknowledge me, like, enlighten me, sorry, if that's not. So, yeah, it was just kind of a reminder of where we're at.
Or for me, it was just the insult to injury was the wall.
I didn't even look into that, man. Break it down to me, please.
So,
I actually don't even want you to break it down low key, like, but we need to have the discussion.
It's the situation at hand. There's actually more care with the bullet holes that have gone through the property that Breonna Taylor was residing in, as opposed to her. So, like, there's legal action being taken for the repair of the wall.
Wow.
As opposed to legal action being taken towards a justice to be served for Breonna Taylor.
Yeah, that's
like, And that's the thing. This is something that this isn't something that just came up. This is something that was already there. Yeah. I'm pretty sure whoever owned the property filed whatever complaint and all that kind of stuff, whatever, right? Yeah. That's been there. But the information is coming out now because election is right around the corner.
And here's another thing to that point. I think they knew from time they were doing shit.
What you mean?
I feel like
knew that they weren't gonna
convict no one. I think they
knew.
I think, and this is me. We're all assuming now. Well, we can check the reports, but I don't have the reports in front of me. I'm just gonna go off the top of the dome. You know, tell me if I'm wrong or not. But to me, it looks like, all right, these guys are really upset. George Floyd thing was kind of fucked up. Yeah. Now we're going. The only reason, and take it in. The only reason we're looking at Breonna Taylor is because of George Floyd. Like, take that in. Breonna Taylor happened prior to the George Floyd incident, right? So already we didn't give a fuck about the Breonna situation, but because George Floyd, now we're going back and we're like, wait, hold up, this shit been happening. Black people been saying that, but now the highlight is on it. Everybody's out in the streets rioting. I think the precinct's like, yo, if we don't make a decision right now, or if we come out with this decision right now, it's going to be held in the streets for like a whole other month or something. So I think they really sat back and were like, all right, whatever the name of the cop is, you're just going to chill with your family, we're going to protect you, whatever, because, you know, people do crazy things, might murder the man. So you're just going to lay low, we're going to wait for this to die down, and then we're going to tell them that we got a fine or something, we'll slap you on the wrist. And then at that point, hopefully, they won't be as outraged as if we do it like in the same or next to the week or however closer to the date it was.
You're wrong, because right after that happened, Elijah McClain's information came right out. Remember that skinny young black man who was walking home?
Yep.
I'm an introvert. I don't do anything.
I don't want to be touched.
But was the cop convicted though?
No.
But that's what I'm saying. None of the information came. Like, we can name a million names.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, the names...
Those are the cases that got reported.
That's what I'm saying. Those are the ones that got the tweets and retweets. The attention. You know what I'm saying? There's many more that no one really talks about, right?
And hold on, just not to... And there's another thing, too. I saw this one situation with this individual, this white gentleman. He was an exterminator of sorts, and while he was there, the police officer was giving him orders, some ridiculous orders: get on the ground, crawl, do all this stuff. And people were using his execution, because that's all it really was. They told him don't move, and he didn't move. Then they said get on the ground, and he's like, okay, I'm not moving now. You want me to get on the ground, but you told me not to move. Get on the ground now, you're not complying, or all of that. And then the man just, like a twitch, it was like a offloaded him.
It was like a sick game of Simon Says.
It was
to be honest. Exactly. Like, it was like, yo, get on the ground, do this, touch your toe. I'm like, what the fuck, yo?
Right?
If you're just gonna kill me, just blast my shit off. Just let me pray first, at least.
Like completely, stripped him of his manhood in that moment. But the thing is, and then take his life. Like, they were using that situation as being an example that police brutality is all across the board, right? Where, in all honesty, when you look at the frequency...
it was a white man.
It was a white man.
Oh, okay.
When you look at the frequency of how many times something happens with a person of color versus a white person, and what are they? They're like between 10 to 13%.
The ratio is all messed up, but you see, I mean...
But that's the thing, 10 to 13%, but you have more interaction, negative interaction, unfair interaction with people of color than everybody else who is considered the majority.
I don't like... can I be honest, please?
Yeah, this is the place. We in the lab, are we not? Wait. Are we not in the lab?
We're in the lab.
We keep it 1,000.
Yo, turn up the Bunsen burner, my guy.
You see, as a person who used to have a lot of white friends, you see, people... I don't know if I should say this.
What are you about to say?
I don't know if I should say this. I feel like people just hide under... Yo, there's a lot of white people that just don't fuck with niggas. Like, if we're being completely honest. Like, in terms of... Not talking about, I like fucking black girls or whatever. Because that Slaves used to rape their slaves. Slave owners used to rape their slaves.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, just because you
you dabble in the
just because you see us as a what's the word
commodity,
a fetish, doesn't mean that you support us or whatever the case may be. I feel like a lot of white people that I've come across, at least,
there you go,
hide behind the whole I'm an ally.
Your experience, yes.
Exactly.
Hide behind the I'm an ally, but then. You know, when the doors close, or not even when the doors close, but in situations where it's time to speak out against the bullshit or have our back, it's like, yeah, I have your back, but oh, look at this one case, this one grain of salt that doesn't change any type of ratio. It's like, oh, it happens to us too. No, the fuck it doesn't.
Oh my God,
you're talking about one case versus 1,000 cases. It's like, don't try to what's the word?
Dehumanize or demean what you're going through.
Don't try to demean the cause. Off of one, like, come on, dog. Like, there's one situation. It's like, oh, it's not only you guys. It happens to us too. That, maybe in a couple situations it does. You know what I'm saying? When man's just because sick people are everywhere. There's sick people in the police force. Sick people are everywhere, right? So maybe you have a sick cop or just a piece of shit cop or a bad cop who wants to play a sick game of Simon Says. I'm not saying that situation is not a bad situation and it doesn't
need to be cut out.
But you can't take that one situation and say, look, the odds are even now, and it's all of our fight now, and you guys can't complain because it's happening like, to us too. It's like, no, fam.
It's the equivalent to like, oh girl, you smell funky. That's why your daddy dead. It's like those aren't equivalent. It's like wow, like we just took this shit from 1 to 1,000.
It's like, I don't know if this is. Please cut me off if this is a bad comparison. If this is a bad comparison, just say no, okay? It kind of reminds me of like when the LGBTs were like, yo, gay is the new black. I beg to differ.
Whoa, when was this? Yeah, I remember that.
I just beg to differ. I'm sorry.
So explain your piece. Explain your piece.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Why do you feel that way?
Why? Because I don't know. You can't leave the skin. You can't leave the skin. Every day I wake up, I'm black. Like, you can't.
You have Alfonso, who's like all different kinds of whatever. Caucasian.
Sexuality was. Whoa. I was about to say something.
What were you about to say?
Okay. I just had this talk with my cousin last week when we were chilling. This after show.
Hold on, let me just finish my statement.
Yes, go ahead.
So like, I'm just saying, like, if you have a Caucasian who's gay and he decides to just walk down the street and do his thing, he's still white. Like,
no. I think they're more so talking about discrimination.
Yes, how are they gonna know he's gay by looking at him walk?
Maybe because certain people express themselves in different ways throughout the clothes that they wear. And
most definitely. But that's the thing. If he changes his clothes, if he just changes his posture,
that's what I'm saying.
How is that the new black?
If he takes his hand from here and here,
if he goes from here to just doing
that's why I won't.
If he goes from the satchel to the backpack,
if he goes from hi guys to yo what up,
you're straight as fuck. Like people think you're straight as fuck.
But where's the discrimination at that point in time?
You can't leave this. I'm sorry, you can't.
I love this melanin though.
Yeah.
I would never want to leave this melanin.
And then you have things that were put in the
There's a lot of reasons to want to.
Fam.
If you're living in the
and then even outside of just face value things, there's stuff that's been put in the system to go against us. Mad things that have been put in the system to go against us to make sure that we don't exceed a certain level. You know what I'm saying? Like, those fights will just never be the same, right? And that's okay, because I have love for my LGBT people and stuff like that. I'm not saying that we're more important than you or whatever the case may be.
I hate when they try to use sports stars as the comparison of people that made it.
What do you mean?
Look at LeBron James. He plays basketball. He's a millionaire. You're trying to say that it's not fair anymore?
Yeah, we're not talking about a 6'8" anomaly, like athletic freak of a person.
No, let's not add the word freak.
He's a freak.
The man is a god at this point.
He's
if you brush your elbow on that, your elbow broke up, fam.
Ask me a definition of what.
Now I know what you mean. I'm just saying what I say. I know what you
mean. Because the man, other man, like if you look at a man like Giannis, there's a reason they call him the Greek freak, because no one else is
built like that, yo.
Built like that with that skill set, with the ability to get to the rim. His jumper is another thing. Raptors know how to lock that down. If you watch,
gosh,
if you know, 2019 champions, we still in this. Until this year, when LA takes it. We're going to talk about that.
Podcast and be like,
but that's what
about 2020? Anyways,
but Oprah Winfrey, all these people, Chris Rock. Look at the story of what it is to, like, I'm more so talking about what it is to get the majority rather than the 10%.
Yeah, hold on. As you said, Chris Rock, he has a joke. Man's like, he had to sell out Madison Square Garden to be able to get into his house. And his next door neighbor is a dentist.
Chris Rock is one of the greatest minds of our time. Yeah. We're going to look back on Chris Rock. Dave Chappelle's getting his graces now because he came back, he got the Netflix deal, everybody's on his Johnson.
Got the Emmy and told people to shut the fuck up.
Exactly. Everybody loves that. Chris Rock, man, when that man leaves, when his time comes, people are really gonna remember how much of an impact that man had. Those jokes will last a lifetime. I look at that as like some Shakespeare shit that will last years upon years upon years later.
Yeah, but I had a conversation with my cousin, and in that conversation, basically, just to finish the whole black lives versus the LGBT stuff, being a part of the LGBTQ community's fight, right, is having the right to practice your sexual, to express yourself in the way you want to sexually, or to live an alternative lifestyle, I guess you could say, right? The black fight and the Black Lives Matter fight is just to be treated as human. You know what I'm saying? It's just to be able to walk places and, go places without being harassed or, judged or, just the little things that people that aren't as melanated as us overlook on a daily basis. That's all it was. I
think when you get into comparative narratives, you miss the whole point of what we're trying to say. Yeah. Like, I'm not here to sit down with other minorities and talk about who has it worse. I'm not here to talk to a gay person to tell them we have it worse than you or you have it worse than me. I'm not here to sit down with a woman. Exactly. Talk to a woman about, you haven't gone through as much. The fact of the matter is, if you aren't white, and if you're a white man, or if you're a man, there's certain advantages that you have over a woman. Same way, if you're a man, you have certain advantages over a woman. Right. If you are black, you have certain disadvantages. If you're black and gay, you have certain disadvantages. I'm not here to compare. What I'm here is to implement different things in the justice reform so that it can be more equal for everyone.
In terms of justice reform, because I always talk about these things, just, off your own experience, what would you want to see better? What would you want to see implemented?
Go ahead, young. I know what I want to say. You want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead. All right.
First things first, we got to get it on, is it the smaller, I don't know the name of it, but on the smaller scale, like your mayors, you got to know who your attorney generals, people like that, people that are going to implement change within your community. You know what I mean? Because I think we look a lot of the times at the macro, like the president. Presidents don't decide shit. You know what I mean? Like, what are his constituents? What are his associates? What is his team around him? Those are the people that are going to be encouraging to move with this bill, or, we're against this. We're against abortion, so we're going to move in this direction. Like, I want to know what the team is and who's around him and who's going to help him make those big decisions. Because one man can't make all decisions, especially in the North American government. Sure. Not one man makes a decision. This isn't a dictatorship. You know what I mean? This is a democracy, meaning that we have to look at the smaller branches of government, go back to middle school or high school when we learned about that shit, even in Canada as well, and fight for the smaller votes. Who's your mayor, attorney general, lawyers, people that are gonna, people in Senate, people that are gonna help voting decision on a day to day. How much health programs do we have in the city? How many kid clubs? How much money are we gonna put into the drama programs? I know people that have been affected because Doug Ford was taking away funding from the arts program in this, and
they're even when they used to go around in Toronto and take away the rims.
Exactly, you know what I mean. So to a certain time, you're getting mad at some shit that probably won't ever affect you. Sometimes, not all the time, because if this was a gay situation, I don't know if I'd be as as outspoken about it. But because it speaks to my reality, the same way if this was a woman's plight, I don't know if I would want to advocate that because that's not my story to tell. What I'm damn sure feel like passionate about talking about is my people, and the same thing, and the people that share my melanin, because that's my fight. At the end of the day, I don't mind being one-track minded if it's for my cause and my people, because I feel like that's one of my purposes, one of the things that I'm trying to impact.
For sure. I honestly, you bodied that. I couldn't have said that better, but I'm just gonna say one thing and get out of here. I feel like
you're gonna leave?
No, I'm not leaving. But we'll go to the.
Sound like you're about to go to Senate right now.
We'll get to it and then go to the topic. But I feel like a lot of people forget that the president is just the face of the country. It's like a lot of people say, oh, you know, like when LeBron got did LeBron ever get a Sprite deal?
Yeah.
It's like that's like blaming LeBron for a Sprite tasting bad. It's like, no,
he's just a face.
He doesn't control.
He just be drinking that sometimes.
He just says, "All right."
He's not in the
kitchen. So hey, like he gets up under the cameras. Hey, everybody! So this is what we're doing today. Stay out there, like, you know what I'm saying? Right? Stay out. Like that's it. That's it.
Exactly.
But the people
stay up. I see what you did there.
Actual,
right. 7-Up. Oh, competition.
The people who are making the tough decisions are, like you said, all those people that get overlooked. That people forget to, you know, the local mayors and whatnot.
That's the thing. It all depends.
What would you putting it back on you, big man?
Well, I would just add to what you said. It's not that. All right, so you have everybody that's living in whatever country, right?
Yep.
And one thing that I'll draw upon is the Obama administration, right?
That's a great.
So everybody's saying, "Oh, Obama's never done anything for black people," right? Well, I mean, you could have the argument where Obama, just being the president, has done a lot for black people, depending on whatever side you want to look at.
Just the look, right?
I would co-sign that,
right? But the thing with the administration with Obama now is it's like, oh, but you're the president. You could do this. You could do that. You could do this executive order and that executive order. But you have the 500 people that are there in Senate.
Right.
And every last one of them was... I've only seen Obama get respect on this side, on the northern side over here, when he came to Canada and when he was over in Parliament. He got up before the man opened his mouth. Everybody stood up and clapped. And he's never gotten that respect at all in America. Everybody else around the world has given him his respect. Now, in terms of you know, certain things that are supposed to happen, he's definitely brought certain things to the table, and every single time these individuals voted it down because it wasn't in their favor, right? Now they say, oh, but look at all the things that he pushed through for all of these rich people. And look what he did for the Cole brothers and increase the oil that they have and all of these things and making all of these other, you know, individuals wealthy across America, making the wealthy more wealthy. Well, the thing is, they have the money to buy out the people. And it comes back down to being a democracy. And if the majority of the individuals are there, say that they want X, Y, or Z law to be passed because they've all been bought out, the law is going to be passed. That's just it. So all of this stuff.
So what would you implement?
I would say that what we need to do is we need to realize who are the people who really have control. Who are the ones that are writing legislation? Who are the lobbyists? Those are the people that we really need to target. We need to stop looking at who holds the highest seat, whether they be president or whether they be king, queen, whatever politician, monarchy, whatever position. In a democratic country, you need to look at who are the people writing the legislations, who are the people making the laws, who are the people in the court systems. They are the ones who we would actually need to start to hold accountable.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to the voting for them, when it comes to knowing how much they get paid, nobody knows. It's all quiet.
Right.
I think, and another thing that we didn't touch on is like empowering ourselves, and that's why like I'm so big on bigging up people that are trying to do something for their own community, because it starts like if you're looking out there and you're like, yo, what can I do, and things, because best believe there are pockets and situations like this in Canada as well. what I would say would be just same way Barack Obama, because I'm under the belief that Barack Obama doing what he did was all he needed to do, was to prove, because at one point in time prior to that, if you asked someone that was alive during the slave trade if there was ever going to be a black president, that was not even laughing.
That wasn't even a thought.
That wasn't even a thought.
If you go back to 2000s, there's a bunch of jokes from stand-up comedians, and one of the great things about gestures, anybody who makes jokes, they're always the pundit or the people that check the temperature of the climate or check the temperature of what's going on. Right, so look at the jokes, and that will kind of tell you if you're going through a recession. It's probably some sad, bitter jokes. If 9/11 just happened, you're probably gonna have some darker humor.
Mm-hmm.
If money is up, you're probably gonna have some. So during that time when all the jokes were there would never be a black president. So him doing that and showing that
it can be done.
It can be done, and you don't have to be a rapper. You don't have to be a baller to be on. That was enough for him. So if you are trying to think, what can I do? And you're a black person out there, take that $200 that you're going to take on your J's and put it into an investment fund. Or put it into a TFSA. Put it into a savings account. Buy a book, Reggie. Buy a book, please. You know what I mean? I'm trying my best to even read up more and do my own to figure out what, inform myself and make executive decisions.
Twitter can't be your only news source, man.
Trust me.
You can't.
Trust me, because it's an algorithm. Take it in. It's fed to you.
Yeah.
And you just open your mouth and
you eat it. You literally create your own bubble.
Have you guys
create your own bubble?
Have you guys?
You're already in a bubble.
Have you guys seen this new Netflix documentary? It's called The Social.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yo, it's not even. It's when you're on social media. Oh, yo.
Come on.
What? Please.
Yeah.
If you listen to anything I'm saying today, go home and watch The Social Dilemma.
Yeah.
Twice. For the dumb ones. Twice. Go back and redo it. Because, bro, so many gems.
Yeah.
They talk about how, what you said, the algorithm is just things pushed to you based on your own, based on your own views. And they basically tell you exactly what you want to hear. Yeah. It's not even fact-based. It's just, do these people think the world is flat? Okay, here goes a bunch of information to them saying that the world is flat.
Coming.
Do these people think that they're right in this opinion? Okay, let's big their heads up so they can continue feeding the algorithm. Okay, share, da-da-da. It's a bunch of BS. We're literally mice. No, lab rats. Lab rats.
If you can be walking in your house and you say, yo, I ran out of Tide, and then look at your phone and see Tide ads.
Yeah. I'm all about...
That's the minute. You're definitely on a broader scale.
I'm going to tell you why I started the North Lab with these gentlemen in particular. These were selected people because they're independent thinkers. I encourage you to be an independent thinker.
Yes.
The algorithm is going to shove stuff to you. Take the independence to realize and then choose what information you're going to take in. I can see bullshit. I see bullshit a lot of times. It's going to happen to you in life. You're going to walk down the road. Oh, that nigga shitting on the street. Wow. That's some bullshit.
That's some bullshit.
Whoa.
Oh, that's some literal bullshit. Yeah. You know what I mean? But are you going to choose to, all right, let me analyze this right now.
And just get deeper and just deep dive.
And then, oh, that nigga shitting. What's that nigga doing? You choose what you focus on. You know what I mean? Diminish the amount of time that you're on these apps. So then you're not fed the bullshit as much as you would be.
Right. And program.
So occupy your time with other things that you enjoy. You know, things that are going to actually build you up.
Yeah. And create.
Go have conversations with your real life friends.
Yes.
Get off PS4. Go interact with actual human beings.
Well, man, I mean,
talk to them.
Dude, this shit right here.
Yeah.
My phone is down. Like I'm at my side thing's house. My phone is down. Okay?
But no, seriously, like, I mean, another thing too, we all need to find time in some way, shape, or form, especially with the black community, to check in with one another.
On your mans.
But at the same
especially
time,
young black kings.
Yeah, we all need to also look into therapy as well.
That's
we have to talk about it today.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Wait.
It's serious. It's very serious.
All right, go on now.
No, it's just like, I mean, we're talking about this, but I don't know about y'all, but like coming into this, the fact that we're here talking about the injustice of a woman and knowing that her injustice was something that was going to be used for a media spin,
Oh man.
And knowing that that's a reality, that's trauma.
Yeah.
That's trauma, fam.
There's a lot of trauma. I mean, there's
like
so much. Like I just tried to think about all the trauma that we like.
I can't.
Here's the thing with trauma. A trauma unit patient sometimes isn't even aware of how bad the injury is.
That's exactly what I said earlier before we started potting. I said trauma is trauma, whether if you would like to identify it as trauma or not. It's still trauma.
It's still trauma.
A lot of people who face those things don't realize that they've been traumatized until later on in life. Like a lot of females that I talk to have been through some pretty traumatic things, and
they think it's okay.
Not that they think it's okay, but you know,
they just think
especially with a lot of black women, they're tougher, right? Well.
Don't say that.
No. Sorry. They feel.
That's like doctors think that we don't need she'll be fine.
Sorry.
Our queens
a lot of them feel like they must be because of
society.
Yes. Yeah. So they go through a bunch of.
We really came for you right there.
Yeah, sorry. Sometimes we misspeak, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So they feel like that.
Yeah, I love the fact that we hold each other accountable.
No, that's real shit. But yeah. So they go through life saying, "Okay, this wasn't a big deal. It's okay. I'll get over that. I'm strong." Like da. But then it isn't until later on where they get faced with certain situations. Like, yo, what? Why do they do that? Why? And I like seeing those moments where they have like a just a self-reflect. Like it's like it's like, wait, why do I do it? Am I traumatized from A, B, C, and D? Like it's like,
and that's the lucky ones. Sometimes I learned. So this is gonna be messed up, but I was watching this psychologist, or it's like a podcast, and they're talking about this type of phenomenon. Psychologists or people that are into psychology, forgive me, 'cause I don't remember the name. They're probably yelling at me right now by the time I explain it. Like, it's this, you bozo.
It's a psychologist. My grandma's a psychologist.
What?
Yeah.
So she might know. So basically, like, if you were little boy, little girl, and you were touched, like, by uncle, brother, sister, like, that's such a traumatizing experience for some people that they'll grow up, be 20-something years old, and not even remember that happened to them.
Yeah.
So they'll go into a therapy session and be like, "Oh, I don't know why I'm so insecure. I don't know why I don't love my body, or why I feel like I'm not sexy, or why I like whatever." That trauma can form into anything, you know. I don't know why I feel so dark sometimes, all that sort of things. And through conversation with the psychologist, they'll find like that memory will like it's almost like they unlock it.
You know my theory? You know what my theory about that is? And I'm about to blow your guys' minds. Well, not blow your guys' minds, but like, here's just a food for thought, right? Mind you, I'm not a professional at all. I'm just a nigga with a podcast, right? But here's my theory on why we tend to forget certain traumatic memories from childhood or whatever. I think our brain, since our brain is just capable of things that we aren't aware of course.
Amazing.
I think our brain knows that this is something that could potentially fuck us up in a way that we can't come back from.
Yeah.
So it recognizes that as detrimental, and it puts it in the forget files in the easier way,
Or even on a certain level, it will even compartmentalize. It will, like, your whole individuality and create another portion of yourself.
Exactly.
That you completely splintered. So anytime that traumatic moment comes up,
gets hit,
another human being comes up and deals with it. Yeah. So you are completely safe, unaware of what's happening.
The brain is magical. Crazy organ.
It's a reason why we haven't used 100% of it.
Yeah. I think that's actually a myth.
There are actually... It depends. No.
No. The limitless.
We would be able to fly if we would use them.
I don't know. Whoa. Okay.
Okay, not fly. All right. Not fly. But I think we would be capable of some next level type shit if we were able to use 100% of our brain.
All right. So with that being said, we do use 100% of our brain. Like all of the subconscious things that are going on to make sure our blood is moving, making sure like certain connections.
I'm talking about
no. But what you're talking about is 100% control.
Yes,
aware control of your brain.
Yeah, that's a different.
That's a completely different thing.
Because right now this is a brain. Our computers are brains.
Yeah.
We control it to then manipulate it to do what we want. If we could do that with like our own computing, because this is a computing system.
Yeah.
It takes inputs that I say so. I tell my brain I want to talk. It sends a neural impulse to my muscle tissue to then move and vibrate my vocal cords, as well as move my jaw in that manner, so that I can create sounds to then have a discussion. Right. So if that's just one stimulus triggering something into speech, imagine all the other things and like being aware of that all the time.
Or that's where you become a savant, like where you have more access of one portion of your brain than another. So like you'd have some people, they get into accidents, or some people they're born with it, where the connections are set a certain way that give them the ability to be able to see, hear, touch, do some really crazy things with their physiology.
Like supernatural stuff?
Well, yes and no. Like there's this one guy that I was looking at the other day.
There's some super strength things.
Oh yeah, finish. So like this individual, he got attacked at the back of a bar. While he was completely out of it, head was bleeding, everything. They ran him to the hospital. They injected him with painkillers or whatnot because he was a little redneck kid and he ain't got no insurance or no money. So it was just like, all right, well, I guess if we bandage you up, you'll live.
Right.
Here you go, get out, right? This is all you can afford kind of thing, right? Dead ass.
That's a nasty system.
Right? America. But anyway, so...
free healthcare.
Hey, so and our dental's supposed to be getting better in 2020. Anyway,
come on now. We gotta talk our shit more, bro. Canada could really be the fucking next powerhouse. America about to be in the dumps.
Best diamonds in the world. All right, hold on. We didn't get into all that. But all right, so like
BC's beautiful. I hear never been.
On topic. So like the situation right now, with him is while he started to get better, his neural connection to his brain changed. Right. So we see basically light comes in, and light itself is a particle. It comes in from the whatever it bounces off of to our eyes. Right. So
refraction.
Yeah. So with that being said, he's able to see the overlap of all the refractions, and it basically for him opened up the left side of his brain more to make him more analytical. So he became a math savant, pretty much. Like as you're walking and you're going around the corner there, he's doing calculus in his brain. That whole thing to him, your entire movement being, all of that is calculus to him.
Yeah, we can really delve into it. There's even situations where moms have been in car accidents with their child, and then
and a physical situation where they end up lifting the car.
Pure adrenaline. We're talking about like Asperger's and things like that. Like we're talking about people that have no social skills and things like that, but can like tell you like 234 times 124 and give you the answer. You know what I mean? So it's like brain is a powerful thing. What I do want to do is bring it back to the most important thing, which is what are our closing thoughts on the Breonna situation? How do we feel?
We need to rally. We need to be able to get everything set up with legislation. We need to be able to pull everything back.
We've been saying that though, big man. Like but
that's the thing. You have to keep saying it. You have to keep saying it. I mean, at the end of the day, what's being said is a reminder for others to do, and there are people doing it. Yeah. There are people wising up. There are people making movements.
You can't necessarily be like, you know what? I'm tired of saying it. You know what I'm saying? No. Like you have people like Farrakhan, who's been saying the same thing.
That's a fact.
To a point where his knees, like the last thing that the last speech that he gave, he's like, "Yo, I'm an old man. My knees are weak. Like my knees are giving out. I can't keep doing this. My young bulls have to take over. I've been telling you the same message in different ways for like 80,000 years.
Like real talk.
Like this
is an old man. He looks young, but he's an old man. So it's like, you know, if you have a passion or if you feel passionate about change, you're gonna continue saying the same thing. And it may be tiring, maybe like, okay, you guys don't still get it. But
if you feel like that's your mission,
if you feel like that's your calling, gotta go ahead.
No, with that being said, right, and looking at certain messages and things like that.
Why are we doing this, guys? Why are we doing this?
I have to go there now, right? Because we're talking about legislation. We're talking about things that are changing.
Let's go balls deep.
I'm
sorry.
Yo, that's how you want to get into this?
We were getting too serious.
Yeah, dude.
It's still the North Lab.
It's still
the North Lab.
They cook it, bro.
With what's going on right now.
It's still the North Lab.
What's going on right now in the legal sphere of things is another issue, another legal issue is that people are trying to push this now, where pedosexuals will have a space under the umbrella of the LGBTQ community.
But Rayon, what is a pedosexual?
So I love y'all.
My nipples are.
Bro.
We're gonna cancel this. Cancel him out.
You did not just do that.
Cancel him out.
No, that's the old guy in the background. What is it? Why are my nipples?
Oh my.
Get out of here, Richard.
Get out the barbershop.
Get out of here.
Oh my gosh. So like someone
one that's like, yo, never had that? He's always looking around for other people to validate his dream. No one else is with you, bro. You're weird.
So let's look at what.
Why do you wear the same pants every day?
Oh gosh.
Because like.
So yeah, what is a pedosexual?
So I'm just gonna. I love the way I was gonna. What is? So basically, I'm gonna. It goes in a circle after, right?
Okay.
So.
The kids or the definition?
Don't do that while I'm drinking water.
You can't! He's trying to be so sick.
This world is nasty, you know? Alright, this is Sodom and Gomorrah for real.
Whoa!
Yo, so...
What goes in circles, big man?
This world is nasty.
You'll hear the sentence. So, if you were supposed to go on Google and just look this up for yourself, right? It basically says, it refers to an adult who has sexual relations with children, right? Someone who uses the term pedosexual. A pedophile is not necessarily a pedosexual, and a pedosexual is not necessarily a pedophile.
Okay, hear me before you say anything. Before you say anything, can you please look up a definition of pedophile and say it right after you say the definition of pedosexual?
Oh, sure.
Please.
Sure.
We've never done this, okay? I just am curious.
I can't wait to get these niggas out of here, man. Oh my god.
So, a pedophile is a person who's attracted to children. But not all people with pedophilia molest children. Pedophilia is considered by some to be one of the most difficult social problems to understand. This is where we're at in the world right now.
Yo, listen, understand that if you touch my niece,
this is where we're
my nephew, my daughter, my sister, yo, I don't care.
Yeah.
Listen,
25 to life.
You're catching.
I'm on record saying it.
I will turn myself in with a smile. You see,
with the hand still bloody.
You see Dylan Roof, that sicko that shot up the church. You see how he had a little grin? That's me. I'm gonna have that same grin and that same butt. I'm getting the same cut, the same everything.
It can't work.
No lineup too, like mad.
I'm putting you down.
Why am I going to the barber? Why am I going to the barber?
You seen the movie?
Huh?
I would law-abiding citizen, man. That movie where they're
like, where the man got, okay, yeah.
I'll put you down and go to jail and convert to Islam, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, hey, if you convert to Islam in prison, they ain't touching you.
They can't. I'm protected.
There you go.
I'm saying.
And even if you die, you're gonna be with Allah. So.
I mean, like, what's really the vibe?
You know what I mean? I got 7 virgins up there. You know what I'm saying?
You get in there cracking olive oil instead of baby oil.
Hold on. But seriously, because like when it comes to this, there's always a double standard, right?
But wait. I want to address that definition because I've never heard that definition before. I was expecting, honestly, guys, I was expecting them to get called out on themselves and it was going to be the same definition. But that's interesting. It's the attraction.
It goes on to continue. It goes on to say the sexual deriving of sexual gratification from sexual fantasies and or acts involving a child.
So there are pedophiles that are like pussy with the shit. Like they just look from afar and like beat their meat.
Because they know they'll go to jail.
But, that rubs me so wrong because it's like you're not even.
Can you imagine?
But that's
you have a child. It's like, yo, let's go
on
over
the playground.
Uncle so and so's house.
But no, that's not even realistic though. Cause bro, if I'm stop this,
whole time your son or your daughter is outside.
Bullshit.
Y'all are there.
No. He doesn't fuck them. He just likes to look.
If there's a girl, yo fam, if I see a girl that I like, I'm trying to fuck. I'm trying to fuck. I'm not just looking. Oh my god, she's woke.
Yeah, so basically
My
you're saying it's just a matter of time.
no.
Gee, Willikers,
trying to see what's up with the box. I'm trying to see what's up with the
That's
box.
how these guys end up getting caught on the chat lines, fam.
If I'm a pedosexual, looking at said child at jungle gym, I'm not just.
There's something wrong.
Who's just sit?
And we're not saying we don't want you to get help, Big Man. We want you to get help.
No, we want you to get help. But stop.
Because as far as they're saying, this is considered by some to be one of the most difficult social problems to understand.
Did you hear what I said before?
No. I think they're right. I think they're hitting the nail right on the head. I think they're calling a spade a spade.
Yeah.
That's like being like, yo, did you know ketchup was red? Like, I think they're saying shit like that. It's like, of course, if you told,
but do you want to understand it?
If even a man, if any, like, let's say.
You understand it?
You overstand?
Yo, me no want overstand this. This, me no want to overstand this.
I think we all have an understanding what a pedophile.
But no, I'm not talking about. But like
pedosexual.
to relate, because if I told you, yo, me and my shorty are going through it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Well, I don't have a shorty right now, but you know what I mean? Like, in that situation. Let's say.
Hold on. I have a plot twist. What? Yo, me and my shorty are going through it right now, but yo, her son though. Like, that's what it is. Like that, and like no, but that's the empathy side of it. Now, if you're trying to understand, I'm not trying.
No, that's a great. I'm gonna
to understand.
I'm gonna take it.
That
I'm gonna take it.
It's not a sexual preference. It is a sickness and should be treated as such. That's all I'm saying.
That's where we're gonna land. That's where we're gonna land.
You can't come in the barbershop. You can't come in the jungle gym. You can't come slide. Nothing.
So don't even come to church. I don't care how you get electric slide, Tootsie slide.
So hold on. You can't identify as being a problem and not have a solution. We're like, at the end of the day,
the solution is,
what would be the solution?
First of all, do you identify?
I think you've knocked that shit out the park. It's a sickness and it needs to be addressed as such, as something where we're supposed to help.
Big up yourself, my guy. Big up yourself. You know what I mean?
Now, in terms of the example that we're using, if I were to go to a girl,
wow, hold on, I'm just realizing something in myself.
What's going on, man?
I would have more empathy towards someone that's a murderer.
That's what I'm saying.
100%.
See, boom. Yeah. So that now this is all I was trying to say. If a girl that I was with was like, "Yo, I knocked Shorty up the head, and she's dead," well, I just rhymed. Sorry.
All right. Because you're just listening to Tori. We'll get to that.
Sorry. Oh, yes. Didn't mean to smile so hard when you said that, by the way. And I'd be like, in that instance, I'd be like, okay, so what was the situation?
Exactly.
If the person I'm with were to be like, I touched a boy or a little girl,
I'm not asking you what the situation is.
Like,
because you know what it is.
And that's why I think they're calling a spade because it's like, of course, that's the most difficult thing. We're talking about someone that doesn't even understand what sex is. But I think a more interesting conversation is when laws get involved. Because in some states, 16
who doesn't understand what sex is? The child you're talking.
The child.
Yes. Yeah. Let's be specific.
You're preying on an innocent... Bro, you're preying on an innocent mind. Like, on the moral scale, you're like, okay, you caught a body. Not that that's okay, but it's like, okay.
Exactly that. You're preying on an innocent individual for your own sexual gratification. Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, it is.
That's, bro, you look at a child with a pamper on and say, yo, that's a vibe.
Nah.
What?
No.
Oh, yo,
I can...
Murder just change. No, don't change your diaper. Don't.
Murder can be done. Murder can be done like this. Murder can be done after an Uno game.
Oh God,
you know what I'm saying?
Uno game.
Especially if you play like us.
Oh man, if you play like us,
it doesn't have to be like a serial killer moment. It could be just caught up in the moment and then I caught a body.
Yeah.
When you're talking about pedophilia,
that's like, premeditation,
that's plotting. That's okay. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, there's no like behind it. She was asking for it.
No.
What does that even mean?
There's no like 8-year-old throwing it out there like
throwing it back in the
circle. You ready to Cheerios?
No.
She was basically throwing it all over me. She was asking for food.
She wanted pizza.
She wanted pizza.
You're her uncle, bastard. Of course she wants to sleep over.
She
sees you as a safe haven.
You know? We're laughing, but it's really it's trauma.
Fam.
And this trauma. Is just how.
That's why I don't want to be on.
This is honestly, this is how we all. You know what? We actually all have the same coping mechanism, which is comedy. Yeah. Like at the end of the day, I've realized that when it's too tough, we just find a way to laugh about it.
Yeah, I think it's easier that way.
So at the end of the day, pedosexuals, There is no difference
between that and a pedophile.
In my eyes,
there is no difference.
If you're attracted to a child, if I'm attracted to a toaster, my affinity to then want to fuck that toaster immediately goes up.
There's actually
if I'm not attracted to the toaster, I have 0% chance of fucking that toaster.
Let's even dig into the word attraction. Like,
let's go. You know, I like
you find it intriguing. Your brain lights up when you see it.
Yes. Something in your biochemistry tells you like I should be aroused right now.
Now, what happens after your brain lights up after you see somebody? Okay, you might want to get closer. What's that smell? Okay, yeah, you want to hug? Okay, I want to hug too. Right, let me If you're a smooth man like me, you might get on the first.
I don't think you want to be putting this in the pedo conversation.
Wait, a smooth man like you for what?
I'm talking about being with girls. I'm talking about.
No, I hear that. I know.
I don't want to.
I don't think you want to associate that with this conversation. Because we're talking about pedos. No, he's like, yo, so what's attraction? So I get down.
Yeah, what's attraction? No, don't do that.
I'm talking about me in my day-to-day lifestyle.
I'm just trying to clean it up. Yes. You guys can't see, but Melz just came through.
All right.
Come say hi. Come say hi, right quick. Come say hi.
You gotta come over here.
You cover the cameras, man. You cover the cameras. Just. Nah, you don't have a mic. You don't have a mic. I'm sorry, big man.
It's close.
Nah, fam, it's not gonna come.
That could just transfer over there.
Big man. Let him sit over there, fam. We'll finish up.
All right, true.
If you want to chime in from the side, you can
chime in still. We're talking about the difference between pedosexuals and pedophiles. If there is,
he can be our what's my man on the side of Joe Budden?
The Parks.
All right.
Yeah, you can be our Parks.
Is there a difference? No.
Yeah.
There is no difference.
And that is our podcast for today. No. So now I think, now that we got that out the way, I think it's...
music. Oh, shit. This is the fun part. Alright, so the vibes, you know what I'm saying? We got Daystar by Tory Lanez. That dropped.
Yeah, and that has no other implications other than music.
No, actually there is, because I had a joke last week that I said... based off of what Abba was talking about, right? And, he was saying that,
when you're Canada, about to say something toxic, your eyes light up.
And they do. No, but I'm just letting it be known that this is not my own personal joke. I just thought it was quite interesting that he said that Canada having this much gun control, right?
Right.
Man was able to take a shot in both legs and miss all the veins, all the arteries, all the bones. Canada, yo, we don't miss.
We're not doing that today, bro.
That was the joke. But apparently, hold on. Apparently, according to Daystar, how is it that her back was turned? Right?
This
and
is
she was able
allegedly,
to identify, allegedly, that it was him.
In the back of the car, saw the gun and was like, "What the fuck am I doing here? I'm fucking up my bag right now."
That's true.
I am messing up my bag. My mom would kill me.
So
Chris.
So we have. We're aware. Whatever he is.
Yeah.
So
no, it's a girl. It's the headmaster, fam. The short hair.
Oh no.
Chris is the mother.
Chris is the mother.
She's the mastermind.
The mastermind.
Yeah.
All right.
Every group needs its leader, fam.
All right.
She's a lioness.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Holds the tribe down.
But no, this is the thing though. So all right.
So wait, before you get
who was in the car?
Wait, before we start going through and having fun like that, did you guys like the move of him releasing the album instead of coming and talking in another
I think it was a brilliant business move.
No, in terms of business, yeah, 100%. It doesn't get better than that. Okay, everybody's waiting for me to speak. I'm gonna speak.
Yeah,
just on these hard.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna make money from it.
Hard ass beats.
Okay.
I don't like that it was so lengthy.
Project,
because it's okay, what are you trying to do here?
What was that one track? It was 6 minutes.
See, that makes no sense because it's are we trying to monetize? Are we giving him praise for monetizing or are we not? Because
I'm on the fence with it.
At the end of the day, when it comes to business, I'm all for the move.
That's
I rate the business move. I rate the business move behind it because at the end of the day, somebody's going to get paid off of this. If he decides that he's going to open his mouth and he's going to sit down in front of whatever publicist, they're getting paid. He's not getting paid. If he decides that he's going to go over to TMZ and whatever, they're getting paid for releasing the story. He's not getting paid. So for him to do this on all the major streaming services, at the end of the day, everything that comes after the fact, it will be held against him in the court of law.
Here's my thing.
Right.
I think if you're a basketball player and they're coming at you, you drop 50. We just talked about this before. If you're the best golfer in the game, go ahead and get holes in one. I don't know golf. Whatever a good thing in golf would win the Masters. You know what I mean?
Right.
When Tiger was getting all that slander and everything, he couldn't wait to win that other Masters. He's like, oh, yeah.
He needed that green coat.
He needed it. He needed the other one. So I'm never gonna be mad at a rapper going in the booth to then tell his story and express the way he's feeling.
God bless.
Do I think he should have done that first before talking? No. I think monetizing after the fact that you come out and have a conversation is something. But the first instance, I just think whether it's in, I hope. No. I think that the man is being genuine in the fact in what he's saying. I just think it comes across a way now where you're making bills off of it, and we haven't heard anything.
All right. So making bills and movements. All right. So this is his God-given talent. That he's not only gained, but at the same time that he's worked on and built, right?
You're right.
Hold on. There's this situation right here because, God bless and rest the dead. When Kobe got into his situation, he didn't open his mouth and do no PR or anything like that. He went out and started killing the games. He started dashing buckets. Yeah. Killing it. Left, right, and center. That's a fact. So what, he should have sat down and not played any of those games?
No, but I think as an artist and as a rapper.
Well, he's an artist. This is his NBA.
But no, your job
is his court.
Is to speak in rhythm, basically. Facts.
And for the bars
how many times have you heard people saying, "Why don't you just shut up and dribble?"
All right. This man
so that's exactly what they do more times. More times you don't expect an athlete to come out and be like, this is how I feel about that situation. But for rappers, you're put on that pedestal, like you're in front of a mic 24/7. So it's like, it wouldn't take much from you to speak on a certain situation and explain how you feel about a certain situation, because that's kind of what you do. You just do it on beats. Yeah. So it's like I'm not really asking much. I'm just asking you to drop the beat and type it down.
He didn't say anything in the album to incriminate himself. He still kept to the whole situation of staying within whatever they allow him to be able to say and not say. Because the whole thing was just a whole lot of nothing. He was just basically professing his love to Megan the entire time.
I was just saying, I love you, it's crazy. But I didn't do that. No. But you see what happened was...
Yeah, because he didn't give us a one-to-one bop for dancing. But he was...
No, he did talk... He told you... He gave a witness thing of... From when he was messing with the other girl.
Yeah.
Why he was in the pool with Kylie.
Kylie? Yeah, the other girl was Kylie.
No. There was another one he was in the guts with before. Listen to the track. That's what I'm saying, yo.
No, I didn't catch
that. He talked about
So right here, talk the thing.
I don't know the other. It was like some. I was in the
exactly. That's what I'm saying. He said a whole lot of nothing.
Just because you didn't take it in doesn't mean it's nothing.
No.
If I listen to a song,
what I'm saying
is, I'm like, yo, this DMX really don't know what he's talking about.
Nah, what I'm saying is the court is still pending.
I didn't catch that.
Nah, the court case is still pending. He didn't say anything that could get him in any kind of a problem.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
No. Okay, in terms of
this person's name, that person did that.
We're talking about the legal court, not the court of people's public opinion. We're talking about.
I'm saying he said he was like, I would never. No, I guess he didn't outright say I didn't do it.
Right.
He just said it didn't happen like that.
Exactly.
Kylie has smooth skin. That's all he said.
Because I was listening, I'm like, yo, is he gonna say? Is he going to incriminate himself? Is he going to incriminate somebody else? It never happened. The entire time.
No, it's always like, why would you think I would do something like that?
Exactly.
But that's why I'm saying, what the fuck are you monetizing this right now then?
So
this is what you're doing?
When Kobe got in the situation he was in, he should have sat down?
No, you go out there and you get buckets.
But that's his job.
But he didn't go out and was like...
And at the standard of bars, and mind you, at the end of the day, I just want it to be known and very clear. I am all for the support of black women Right. I am all for the support of individuals and human beings. No. Because right now I'm just being devil's advocate, right? Okay. I'm pulling the conversation along.
Do you think?
But but I just want it to be known, like, at the end of the day, I was not there, just like the rest of y'all. You
never did it.
You never did it, right?
Just like
us.
Yeah.
But
we're either Meg fans that are really upset that someone did that to Meg, or we're Tory fans that are saddened that our dog really might have done something.
Yeah, something reckless. But he's out here talking about Illuminati, and they're trying to come after his mind, soul, and body because now he has all control of his music, and this is all a setup. Look pan Michael Jackson and what them do to Michael, and this and that and Prince. Mind you, the whole situation. And Chris Brown. Yeah. Now that leads into another rabbit hole. So what was your other
point that you were trying to make? You were gonna make a point. And you prefaced it by, I love my black queens, but
you didn't really.
I was just letting it be known that I'm just pulling this conversation along.
So what's the devil's advocate?
Well, everything I've said so far, and what's going to be coming, fam.
So where do you stand? Where do you stand on, like, did the project change the way you view the situation as a whole?
It just showed me that
that's a great question, fam.
It didn't change anything. I mean, at the end of the day, I've seen this happen time and time again. Oh, this person's trash. R. Kelly drops a song. Oh, let's forget about it.
Yeah, you really saw it, because that's a perfect example.
Right.
Someone who just went back in the booth.
Man just went in the booth and came out with
He never talked about anything. The first time we heard him talk about it, you knew it was touching him because he said, "Yo, Kelly!" Yo, that's how you know you've been lying for years.
That guy was sweating off the
face. I was dripping off the face. Gail was coming out.
Yo, let me line you back up, kid.
Oh my gosh.
And Gail was just there like...
Just sitting
so
down.
Calm.
Like,
I'm about to
unraveling you. I'm unraveling you.
Oh my god.
This interview just started. You're already balling.
Right?
She was playing chess.
She was playing chess. She was all chess, not checkers.
She's true to this.
It was all chess, not checkers.
It was chess.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys like the project?
It's amazing. Beautiful. All this time, he didn't open his mouth. So quick. Yeah, no, it's sick. All this time, he didn't open his mouth.
Sorry, man.
He was in the booth grinding.
Fam, he was like that Rocky montage, just doing push-ups.
Dun, dun, dun,
he was definitely more like...
He saw all that. He saw, okay, Kalani.
Everything.
Jojo, who the fuck knows about you?
Oh my gosh. Chance?
What am I really going out for? And I'm a Chance fan.
Yeah.
Oh, he did Chance dirty. He's like,
he did him.
Let me just talk about my chain. He found another rhyme scheme to go with Chance the rapper.
That was not nice.
And it was his chain.
Right.
I think if you are a big Kobe hater and you don't like how he dealt with that situation, one thing you can't deny, that boy can ball. And I think you're realizing the same thing with Tory is...
There's nothing you can take away from him.
Like, no, you can hate him. You can be like, that's a fuck nigga.
As far as he's a capability?
You know...
Bum. He's a bum as an individual. I don't rock with him.
Yeah.
But that
boy can flow, man. He can rap.
I'm
listening to his cadence and I'm like, wait a minute. Is Drake on this? It's not Drake. Wait a minute.
He did a couple
Is Meek Mill on this?
He did a couple flows.
Wait a minute. Hold up. He's doing Nicki Minaj.
But then he would do it. But then he would do... I don't think he was having fun.
No. Hold on. When I say he was having fun...
in the booth on a mission.
No, that's the point.
He was sweating.
When I say he was having
jokes
fun...
on me?
Hold on. When I say he was having fun, let me be clear. The reason why I say having fun is because he's showing people... It's not just rap. He writes these songs. Yeah. And I've been here for these people. I do this. So all of you that had something to say about me, and he was mimicking their cadence just for like spite, just to be like, petty. That's how I took it. I'm just like,
I don't think it was petty. I think he's just like, I'm the best out here.
I'm better than all of you.
I can do it.
I can do what you do and better.
So how dare you talk? Like I think it was on some like, I mean, there's a lot of slander on my name right now, and I'm trying to prove to you, like, bar how you're gonna feel about me outside of music. Do not come for my talent. And like, I think the only thing he really talked about was like when people were saying people were listening to his streams. That's the only time you heard him talk. He's like, that's cap. Like my streams have been at the same level. I haven't gone 30% less. I don't know. And then and then he went away again. So I really feel like people were coming for his music, and that's where it really hurt him, because all the other noise you can't really Like people are gonna say what they want.
So to close this off, as far as this album, because you guys are going crazy. What would you rate it, 1 by 1?
I'd say 8.
Come to me last.
8.
I'd say 8.
I would give it a chance to go all the way
fair
7.5, 8.
Yeah, 7.5.
Maybe 6.5. I have to live with it a little bit more.
Yeah,
just a little.
I was just about to say I want to listen to it again because there were a couple bars in there that didn't make sense. Like
I want to hear him. Are you looking for the snitch? You looking to hear him snitch on himself? Like what's up?
No, I think there's just a couple bars in there that didn't make sense. I'll give you an example. The white cancel culture, like black culture, we create culture. So what's cancel culture? That sounds like some white people shit.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Maybe he didn't say it in the best way, but I kind of see where he was trying to go.
You're if I'm supposed to be looking at this strictly on a pen and on your ability to write and rap,
right?
I heard a couple bars in that same vein where it was like
they were wanted.
You missed the mark. You missed the mark. So if you're gonna come out with an album after allegations of shooting a black woman,
right?
That shit better be fucking flawless. You know what I mean? And if it's I'm gonna critique it on that level
because so long. He was trying his best to make it
because he tried and I think ultimately I don't think it was the right decision to come out with the album. Right. I think he should have.
I too don't think it was the best decision to come out with an album.
So I
was looking for a big press conference over in Toronto or something like where you safe.
I didn't even know. Yeah, they might not have let him back in the country if he get into.
Yeah, they might not
into the country back home. I don't think they would let him go back.
Man's it.
Canada. Let's talk about this. Bro, do not shout us, bro.
How do you feel about that?
No, I
want to get off Tory so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, more the shit to talk about.
The man he called.
Don't bring us into. It's like your man's is getting like roasted right now. He's
City too.
Well, Clips over here. Whoa.
No, that's like when you get caught up with your girl. It's like, yo, let me call my man's.
You know he's really feeling it,
and then your man doesn't even know what the plot is.
Yeah,
like,
I'm just saying, like with all the backlash and everything that's going on, you know he's feeling when like. The man calls out Brampton. Every man's calling out Rexdale, Toronto, and did that.
No, to be fair, he's been calling out the bees.
I know.
He references.
No. I wanted you to say it because how many people are going to be listening to this one album and say, "Oh, all of a sudden now you claim Canada," when that's not the case.
He's always said Canada.
Always, but no. But still, so the situation, Canada. How do you feel?
He's always said that.
I just told you. Don't bring us into the.
But what if he's innocent?
If I'm going through some bullshit, I'm not gonna then go to Ray and be like, yo, but Ray was with me and no, I'm gonna deal with the nonsense.
What if you know you're innocent?
Huh?
What if you know you're innocent?
I feel like you gotta go until like there's actual like mandated releases and things like that, and then come out with the smoke. You know, and then be like, this shit is written in paper. It is, convictions have been made. The actual person who shot her is out. I think it's easier said than done because it's like, I've never had to deal with millions and millions of people hating on me.
And it's not only that.
Doing hate comments. Like, I can't, I don't even know how to put myself in those shoes.
The man's a small walking city at the same time. Him just existing right now is paying a lot of people. Like, it takes a lot of people, a big team, to make Tory Lanez.
Yeah, sure.
So if anything, he opens his mouth and says anything that's wrong, that can jeopardize. Like Rick Ross, we just talked about this the other day, when he opened his mouth and talked about, in the song, dropping something in the thing, and, like, that cost him Reebok. Right?
That's what I So for that, I gotta listen to the album one more time.
Okay. Alright.
Won't listen to it twice.
Alright. Lil Tecca, he dropped Virgo War.
I got black, I got white, what you want.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys took time to listen to it.
Nah, that's you. I ain't listening to Tecca.
The word? It's cool. It's nice. It's fun. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's not.
Yo, you see my guy over there laughing? Yo, you behind the camera start giggle dude. That's not even.
No, it's alright. It's young. It sounds young, but it's fun.
Yeah, that's an old man.
You know what I'm saying? It's
like he's talking about Tecca.
You guys might like it. You might.
Okay, I'll give it a listen. I'm always down to try, man.
It's like it's a cool 7, I guess. It's a cool 7. Right. Fuck that nigga though. Blast drop. Okay. Y'all niggas need to stop sleeping on blast.
Yeah. No. You know, you put me on blast.
That's what that X is for?
I told you what my objective is. If I leave before I'm supposed to, y'all niggas need to remember me off of the music that I gave you.
Wow.
That's it.
Okay.
Don't remember me off of shit else. Oh, he was funny. No, fuck that shit. Listen to the music that I showed you.
What about the photography?
Change your life.
That's just cool.
Wow. That even makes you brave. All right.
Like, I just do that for
don't promote my career. No. Listen to the music that I showed you.
About what makes me
Listen to the stuff that we made memories to. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm just trying to. I get deep sometimes.
I feel you.
True.
Let me say something stupid.
It's not.
I feel like I was too serious.
Self-sabotage.
Okay, so Blast, he dropped No Love Lost. Shit was fire. Solid 9. Y'all niggas need to stop sleeping on Blast. Who else dropped?
Solid 9?
Solid 9.
You just gave Tory 7.5.
No, he said 8, fam. He said 8.
I said
7. You said 8.
You said 8.
No,
I said 8.
Sorry.
I said 7.5.
You said 7.5 to 8.
So
you giving Blast 9?
Sometimes shit from Walmart looks better than Tommy Hilfiger. What are we talking about?
Yo, touch me.
What are we talking about?
All right.
What are we talking about?
That's a fact.
Big.
Yo,
yeah.
you gotta check that out. Blast is actually really dope.
He dropped some fire. Who else? Tuzi. You guys don't know about Tuzi, but
Yeah,
Tuzi,
he did the.
You know about
he was sliding.
No, not Tuzi. Fucking slide.
Wow.
Whenever you guys get time, listen to Tuzi. He dropped the project.
I knew it was gonna be.
Let me finish my segment for fuck's sake.
All right, go on,
He dropped a project called Poetic Pain. He's hard though. You guys
UK rapper, right?
Definitely not. He's from Syracuse, New York.
My guy
but now
looks so disappointed.
He lives in where does he live now? Charlotte. He lives in Charlotte.
Okay.
He's signed to the same label as the Baby. But
Okay.
yeah, he's hard as well.
The Baby or Lil Baby? Who?
He's
Lil Baby.
Lil Baby?
Easy. Lil Baby's not even human. Come on, man.
Okay.
Come on.
He might be the next one. Like in that J. Cole.
Best for last though, Bryson Tiller dropped an extended,
Oh, it's out?
project. Yeah, nigga, that's the only thing I've been talking about all day.
No, I thought you said he was going to.
That.
No.
saying that.
The only reason I wasn't hyped before because I thought he was saying that it's going to drop.
It's out.
He's been saying
it's out. Literally, Deluxe Trap Soul. Go home and cry to this album, please, and call that young thing over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then have
no pedo shit. Though.
And then have her.
Stop, no, man.
I'm just saying.
Unless you're pedosexual,
sure.
apparently that's
no.
No, that's not a. We don't even
have to be sure about
what
age we're talking about. It's a nasty
not
climate.
kill that, but like just what you're saying, just.
Yeah, but you guys gotta cry to this album. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm done with you guys, bro.
I think we bullshitted enough in this podcast.
We got on.
Let's end it off before these cameras shut down on us. Because I don't know if this one's fucking with me for real.
Yeah.
No,
the battery's like doing its thing. Oh,
Yeah,
bro, it's the countdown.
I think so. I don't know. But
No, let's get us out.
I hope you guys are having fun as much as we are. You know what I'm saying? And thank you for watching the North Lab podcast. I'm your man's Melz.
Cliff.
That no says Rayan.
I appreciate you guys for watching. Stop masturbating and go meditate if you want to say anything.
Yeah.
Drink some water. This is what you do. You go over to a West Indian store, right? You go in there after that. Now you buy some sea moss. What you do? You boil the sea moss, right? Shut up. Then after that, when you boil the sea moss, you leave it. Shit, you leave it right overnight. And when you leave it overnight and it cool, and you take that and you blend it, because if you just boil it like that and you pour off the water, you're getting rid of all the nutrients. See? Then after that, now you mix that in your smoothies. I just helped you get the majority of the minerals that you need for the rest of your day. Every day with a teaspoon.
Wear a face mask and exfoliate.
And also,
it's not that hard. Just
also, I have one more thing. She's not the one for you. You're just horny.
Wow.
Take
You
care.
know how many menus is blessed?
I know.
they're not gonna listen to you. They are loved.
Yeah.
You don't know my story.
Shit.
Take care. Yo, peace.